Okay. Let's see how we're doing. How is everyone doing? See, I think we're getting things on the way. Just gonna check. All right, so cool. Cool. All right, cool. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sierra, the Spiritual Valkyrie with Queens with Lit Dreams, and I am your Psychic Transformation Specialist, along with your Numerologist, Dream Interpreter, and many other things. So, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. If you are not new here, thank you for coming back and sticking with me because you are a real one. So, yeah, this is going to be your June 2025 monthly energy read and numerology read. For those of you who do not know, we base this off of our personal year number. Well, I'm basing these readings off of your personal year number. If you don't know how to calculate your personal year number, there's an example in a description box, but all you have to do is add your birth month, your birthday, and the current year, the digits in the current year, which adds up to 9. So it'll be adding all those up together, reducing it down to a single digit number, and that'll be your personal year number. Okay, that means that's the energy that you're in for the year. And we have our universal number, which is 9, which is 2025. Then we have our personal year number. So, all right, now that that's out the way. Welcome. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go over the collective energy. May even pull a few cards for the collective energy. And then, and I'm going to read to you the forecast that I created from my Essence of Benevolence 2025 calendar. And then we're going to go into each personal year number. So after the live, I'll add up all of I'll add the timestamps in there. So if you're watching afterwards, you can just click on the timestamp and then go straight to your personal year reading. Okay. So we are in June. How is everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? May was an interesting month. I would love to know how May was for everybody. I do have a few things. So we are having, I'm having my Psychic Realignment Challenge. It's a 3-day challenge starting on June 4th. So click the link in the description box. I'll leave it there. But June 4th, we're having a Psychic Realignment Challenge. It's called Hell No, I'm Healing. It is for people who are actually looking to realign themselves and really work through understanding and understanding what their body is expressing to them when we are abandoning ourselves or we are doing things that we are not aligned with, and how it's showing up in the body. Okay, so we're going to be realigning and getting that in order for us, because this is a good time for us to start really strengthening our energetic forces and our experiences with ourselves, and knowing what our body is telling us when we say yes and when we say hell no. Okay, so June 4th, check out the link in the description box. I'm going to be leaving it there for you to click on and join. It is a free challenge to join for 3 days. And I'm going to be teaching you a lot of different things that I've learned throughout the years that I wish I knew back in the day. Okay, so, and that I'm still using today, because I mean, we are still working through things. Now, let's get into the collective energy. Now that we got that out the way, we're good. Yeah, how was May for everybody? I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Like, May for me was interesting. To say the least, I was like, golly, like the energy was for real energy. The energy was energy, and I really am like, yeah. There was a lot. There was a lot there. So, here is the calendar, the Essence of Benevolence calendar for 2025. Again, I created this literally, I started doing forecasts for these back in September of 2024. And so far, the energy has been spot on. However, I want to give y'all some more insight on how to navigate that energy, given that this is 2025 and we are, the energy can shift, it can change. And I do want people to know that the energy is not always solidified and it's not set in stone or anything of that sort. We have the ability to shift the energy. We have the ability to shift our mindset around how we navigate it. So just keep that in mind. Now, this is the universal 6 month, okay? So out of the 9-month cycle, 9-year cycle, we are in the current month of June, which is a universal 6 month. And check this out if y'all can see. This is what it looks like. If you want to get your calendar, there's a link in the description box for that as well too. So I'm going to read this to you. And we're going to go from there. Let me write that down. Where we at? 626. All right, cool. So, universal 6 month. In the process of releasing, the universe will uncover meaning in everything you choose to let go. This month begins with a significant release and concludes with new insights on how to support one another. The energy of 6 emphasizes the need to balance self-actualization with, with harmonious giving to others. This is the perfect moment to shape your own reality and release what no longer serves you. Imagine seeing yourself through the same lens as the universe does. It's time to concentrate on your desires and move ahead. To achieve this balanced lifestyle, you must take a leap of faith in yourself and reassess your surroundings, your role, and your purpose. What you focus on will manifest, both positively and negatively, so steer clear of self-sabotaging actions. This month will be crucial in determining whether you've learned your karmic lessons or if you will continue to face the same self-fulfilling prophecies from this life and past lives that no longer benefit you. Your divine trust will be put to the test, prompting you to ask, do I believe that I'm enough? Or am I truly a leader of the light? By the end of the month, you should gain a clearer version of how you can elevate your community to a higher frequency. To infuse more benevolence in your life during this time, concentrate on expressing your creativity, maintaining a balance between giving and receiving, and fostering harmony in your surroundings, relationships, and environment. Remember, everyone has a role to play, whether big or small. Yeah, man. Gosh. And this is June. This is the forecast for June, okay? Now I want y'all to pay attention to what this said, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of messages that come up throughout this reading in relation to this, because this is the universal energy. So we're going to be feeling this. We're going to be knowing this is what it is, okay? Now, I'm already just feeling some stuff here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we have, let me just put that in there. My bad, y'all. Let me put this in there. So let's talk about the year. Let's talk about the month, the energy of the 6th energy. And I'll get to it even more depth when I get to the personal year number 9s, because y'all are experiencing everything double the time. So so let's talk about that. Where are we at? 9. All right. Let's get the collective energy going. See what's happening. See what's going on. See what's taking place. So when we talk about the number 6, the universal 6 energy, the 6 energy is really it's what we call like a mini peak. Okay, so it's a mini peak energy, meaning that out of the 9 month cycle, it's kind of like, because the 9 is a peak energy. It's at the very top of the mountain. So think 1 starting down and 9 building up. Where the 6 is like a mini peak. So say, you start from 1 and you're going up and up and up. Like the mini peak here is right before you get to the major peak here. Okay, so this is why 6 is also just considered a mini peak energy, is because it's that midpoint. And 6, the number 6 can be very dramatic. I know if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on TikTok at Queens with Lit Dreams, follow me at Queens with Lit Dreams. I talk about, am I the drama? Because like the 6 energy can be dramatic. It is the number of creation. It's also the number of destruction on the other end of things. So 6 can create. It is also a number that focuses on fostering balance between the home life and the work life, family relationships, personal relationships, work relationships. It is a number that is very giving. And showing up for people, whether you're like a mediator for some other people or there needs mediation, because the energy needs balance. And so the biggest goal around this time is to infuse more balance into your life at this point, because the 6 energy will require you to learn how to balance things out. Okay, it is a number of love. It is a number of connection. And a lot of people get 6 confused with like focusing really on our relationships and focusing on the home, when it's a balance. Okay, so don't put too much into one energy or one space and putting too much energy into another space. Just like try to establish more balance in your life during this time. So let's go ahead and like pull a few cards, talk about what's going on during this month and see what's happening. Just overall, the month has been, and it's only the second, but like the month has been very, I know personally for me, my energy has been really low, but there's a lot of releasing taking place. So pay attention, because there will be some releasing happening during this month. And I talked about that in the forecast. There will be releasing. And so you're going to be called to pay attention to how karmic lessons are showing up. Have you learned those lessons? Are you making the same mistakes that you made before? Or is it something that you're just going to have to keep repeating until you learn the hard way? That's just the reality behind it. All right, let's see what's going on for the collective energy here for the universal 6 month. What? Okay. Let's see what's happening. All right. And then let's get another card here for my collective energy for the month. Universal 6 month. All right, cool. It's funny that this is like the collective energy, but here we are. So the first card that came out for the collective for this month was the number 78, which is spiritual career. That is the first card that came out. Let's talk about the next one. I have number 5, which is change. I'm getting some things already, but we'll talk about that in a sec. The next card that came after that was the number 7, which is personal growth. 7 is personal growth. And then we have number 32, which is music. 32 is music. Okay, so here's the deal with this. Now, a lot of people are feeling like they want to get the ball moving right now. And I am going to say that energetically, what I do pick up on is that there is a shift in people's auric field. And the way I'm seeing it is that they're experiencing disruption, in a sense. It's like disruption in the auric field. However, it is also just creating, like, it's like lighting a fire under your touche. Okay, it's like lighting a fire under your touche. So I am seeing that a lot of people are starting to become disrupted, or they're starting to see karmic experience or karmic like reminiscence of like karmic debt that has been filtering through, if I can say that. Yeah, that's really what it feels like. It's like filtering through karmic debt or karmic weight or karmic belief systems that you all are having. Now, when it comes to the spiritual career card, this may be something that is like in the forefront right now. Again, I've talked about this in my 2024 yearly forecast. When I'm talking about, we need healers to come up. We need our practitioners to be in the forefront. We need people who are actually doing the good work to be in the forefront. If you're watching this video, if you're connected to my channel or me or anything of that sort, I am encouraging all of us to step up and step out, you know, and I think you may be feeling it as well too. So even if you're someone who may be looking to step into a new spiritual career, or you've already started, or you don't know exactly what that's looking like, but you're like, I have this feeling, this pull. I feel like the spiritual career card is kind of showing in the present moment, especially in the beginning of this month, that's going to be in the forefront. That is going to be something. I don't care what it is that you're doing. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason. And not everybody's a spiritual practitioner. Not everybody is supposed to be working in that realm. However, we are here for a reason. So we might as well show up for whatever reason that we need to be here. Okay. So if the spiritual career is in your realm and you're here listening to this video, then this is in the forefront right now. This is also telling you that you probably should move in that spiritual career direction. Okay. Then you got like the number 5, which is the change card. And to me, what I look at the change in this position particularly is like there's going to be significant change. It is a mini peak year in the year 2025. I mean, peak month in the year 2025. So what it is like change is inevitable. Change is coming. Change can be great. And actually, we may be still feeling the shifts or the energy of May, which is a 5-month. So pay attention to some of the stuff that may have happened during the 5-month and how that can, you know, correlate to your karmic lessons in the 6th month. Okay. I did feel that there were some karmic lessons that showed up a lot for people in May. And so now that 6 is here, that energy is like allowing you to create new ways of like really adjusting to this shift. Okay. And allowing that change to kind of infuse into your life. Some people are not allowing change to come in. So you're going to be seeing this happening a lot, where people are hitting a brick wall energetically. This is what I am seeing. They're hitting a brick wall energetically, or their energetic field is not as strong as it should be because they are resisting change. Okay. However, the next card that came out was the number 7, which is personal growth. So this 7 energy is important because obviously this is showing that up until this moment, you've experienced a lot of growth. Up until this point, you've experienced significant change that brought about personal growth. Now, what I am seeing is that if you are going down a spiritual career, and this month particularly, if you're going down a spiritual career and you are embracing the change, the personal growth is what's going to be showing you the way of like what steps to take next. I do feel that people who are embracing the change and embracing the change within themselves internally, they are going to start seeing a shift in their frequency. Or you should honestly, for real, your energy is probably not on the same frequency if you were embracing this change. Those of you who embrace the change, and like it's not easy to embrace change, okay? Like it's not easy. A lot of this is like really focusing on the karmic lessons that needed to be learned during this past like 3 months particularly. But I do feel that there is going to be this month is going to provide opportunity to witness physical change in physical personal growth. Like, you're going to notice that you're not even responding to things the same way. Okay. So the number 32, music. Music is the card that really focuses on bringing more alignment in your life, and it's through music, it's through frequency, it's through sound. Whether you're playing music, you're into music, you listening to music, the music you are listening to, all of that stuff. Like, as this coming out at the end, I do get visions of people at festivals and concerts. Okay, yes, I'm getting some things with that. I am also getting that they're calling attention to the type of concerts people are going to. Ooh. Okay. The type of concerts people are going to, they're saying, like, be very intentional with the type of music you're taking in and the type of concerts you're going to. Just because it looks pretty doesn't mean that it is pretty. And some of these concerts, some of the music you're listening to, the frequency of the sound itself keeps you in the same karmic loop that you're in. Ooh. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. They're like saying that the type of okay, well, I guess we're talking about it. But like the concerts that you're going to, or that you the music that you're a part of, like that's a part of your life in a sense. Pay attention to the frequency, because in order to lighten or raise the frequency, it is going to take enlightenment of what type of frequency you are already operating on, and how the music either adds to creation for you or disrupts your frequency that brings you a little bit lower, more so to where you're more controlled. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, dang, son. All right. Wow, I didn't expect that one. I didn't expect that one to come through. However, yeah, so that's pretty big. I really want to explore that a little bit more. I want to explore that message a little bit more with the personal, how it's showing up for personal people. Okay, let's see. I'm about to ask. Let's see. Can we get some, oh, okay, cool. Give me some extra guidance on that message, particularly for this month. Yes. All right, cool. So the first card that came out here was the trust card. This came out, and the second one that came out was the manifest card. And this is like really in relation to what I'm just asking about that message, but the trust card. So there's this need to, when this card comes out, is really asking, your guides are really asking you to trust. They're really asking you to trust, to connect, and to know. And when it says trust, I mean, like, trust that you are in alignment, or that you're on the right path. And that they actually have your best interest in mind. Now, if you can see, one is facing backwards. The trust is facing backwards, but it's holding ball of light, okay? Because you can't actually see what's going on. You can't actually see what's going on, but you can trust that there are things happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of, okay? But you also can see on this card is like facing forward, and balls of light on both, but you're creating here and you're allowing here, if that makes sense. And so, so with the manifest, similar to how I mentioned in my forecast on the calendar, is that you are going to be manifesting a lot, okay, good or bad, and this card is calling for you to pay attention to what it is that you're manifesting, what it is that you're thinking, how you want this in your life, and focus that energy into the things that you actually are desiring, because it already exists. It already exists, but you have to trust that it's coming. Now, when it comes to that music card and how that really focuses in, it's just like, part of you manifesting is you raising your frequency to allow that to be a part of your timeline, your current timeline. What you want already exists in a different timeline. However, it's like you reaching the frequency to have that in your life is what your guides are calling you to do. So the music will help you get there, but the thought patterns, the karmic beliefs, the things that were passed down to you, the things that aren't serving you anymore is what blocks you from your actual full blown out manifestation in this timeline. Okay. Now the trust card is very serious because it's like some of us, we just don't connect well with certain things anymore, and we have to trust that there's a reason for that. You have to trust that there's a reason why you're not connecting, and trusting your guides and angels to lead you in the right direction. Okay, so yeah, I could talk about this in another video as far as like the energy with the concerts, man, because you know it's summertime now. It's summertime. That means there's festivals. That means there's a lot of energy. That means there's a lot of stuff happening energetically when it comes to music, entertainment, political, personal, relationships. There's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. That doesn't mean also stay away from everybody. It's just like there's messages behind this. Okay, now let's see, who are we starting with today? We're going to start with the personal year number 4s. Okay, personal year number 4, because they are in a personal month number 1. So again, if you don't know how to calculate your personal year number, just check out the description box, add up all your digits, and then click on the timestamps that will be there, and I'll edit it after this video. So let's see. All right. So we're starting with the personal year number 4. I'm going to pull some messages for you, and let's talk about what the energy looks like for the 1 month during your 4 year. Now, when it comes to the energy, yes, how's May been? How's the year been? I just want to know. Put it in the comments. But personal year number 4s, if you are experiencing a shift of releasing, best believe is because that's the time frame that you're in right now. 4 year is about your consolidation and really getting your ducks in order. And so last month you probably was experiencing a release of some sort. This month you probably still will feel a release of some sort. But the 1 energy is about newness. It's about bringing that energy about you again. So it's about you, not everybody. It is about, you know, starting new ventures. It's about really pivoting into your journey for yourself. Is maybe the path that is not taken. It is probably something that you haven't done before, or you're probably connecting with people you haven't connected with in a while, or there's just like a shift even in your mindset. You may be cutting off some things because that's the still energy of like the 9 that happened last month for you. The 1 is like whatever you didn't get rid of that past month, and the 9 you will get rid of in your 1, because now your focus is on you. Okay, pay attention to the ideas that you may come up with. Pay attention to how things may show up for you in essence. Okay, so it is a time that you can be excited about, but in relation to the 6th month, the 6th universal month, and your 1 personal month, just pay attention to how that's actually moving in the area of your relationships with your family, like what it is that you're holding on to, what it is that you're letting go, and what your family requires of you, and how you can balance that out. Because you're going to have some ideas come up. You're going to have some things that show up for yourself, but pay attention to how your mind directs you, because you don't want your mind to direct you all the time. You need to have a balance between your gut, your mind, your heart, you know, and knowing that this is the direction for me. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it, but do it in a way that creates more peace and harmony in your life versus like doing it that creates destruction. Just saying. Okay, so let's look at some messages for you. All right, let's see. What's up? What's up? What's up? I said, hey, what's up? Hello. Whoa, wait a minute. Some messages for my personal year number 4s. What's up? What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. That was interesting. So the way that these cards came out, I'm like, wait, because I know I didn't. That's weird. That's suspicious. Okay. All right. Now, for the cards that came out for y'all, you have the first card that came out was the number 77, which is spirituality. Spirituality was the first card that came out for y'all. Okay. Spirituality. Then the second card that came out for y'all is the patience card. Patience, patience, patience. What are you not patient about? The third card is what's interesting. Because I don't have, not to my awareness, I don't have any reverse cards. And I don't read reverse on this deck. However, this card came out, literally, it just came out in reverse. So I'm going to pay attention to it. But the card that came out in reverse was the number 88, abundance. And it literally came out like this. Which 88 is still 88 upside down. Okay, so that's very interesting, by the way. And then the last card that came out for y'all was the number 5, which is change. Okay, so pay attention to how change is going to be showing up for you in this month. Now, I'm going to, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. For you to have the spirituality card come up first, because notice in the collective energy, if you listen to the collective reading, the 78 energy came out, the number 78 came out first for spiritual career. So for you to have spirituality come out first in your reading, it is very interesting because this is calling attention to your spiritual self and like your spirituality. I was having a conversation with a friend and I was talking about how the energy does feel like we need to strengthen our energetic auric fields. We need to strengthen that right now. And so they're calling attention to this again, coming to your reading, where I'm feeling like you need to strengthen your spiritual practice, your spiritual source of energy, and like really practice on spirit, like connecting you're connecting with your spiritual self. This can look like meditating more. This can mean going, and partaking in different groups, or taking walks, connecting with nature. Like the spirituality aspect of things is like right now is calling attention to strengthening your spiritual core. Ooh, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. The spiritual core. Because this is where your light, that's where your light comes from, your core. And they're really calling attention to how you're putting energy into the practice of strengthening it. This is interesting. Okay. This is like really solidifying some things for you right now. This month will solidify some things for you. So pay attention to how things are showing up to you spiritually, how sensitive you are, And then the patience card. So the patience card coming out in this position particularly, I'm noticing that there may be something that you're trying to move on. I do feel that for some people it was like, all right, I'm getting the ball rolling. I'm trying to light the fire up under my tush. But there's something there that you're like trying to force, and they're asking you to be patient with it, or that you're not experiencing or showing or demonstrating patience in the midst of you making the shift. Also, I do get for some of y'all that there's like a lot of spiritual change that's happening, or you've been doing a lot of internal work and you're really like impatient in how it's showing up for you. You're like ready for results. You're ready for these things. But remember, you're in a personal year 4. Personal year 4. So that is really about like consolidation and really getting things organized. It may not necessarily be full-blown physical manifestation of newness or something different. It may be small gestures of things, okay? So keep that mindset that things are still working out for you. Now, with the 88 coming out, an abundance card. Now, this card coming out is really about knowing not only that there is abundance and that you have more abundance and like you can generate more abundance in your life, but similar to how we talked about in the collective energy, you are in a space of creating a lot because your abundance is manifesting. Okay, abundance isn't just about like money. Okay, they're asking you, this card is asking you to adopt a mindset of abundance in all forms, in every single thing. If you start to believe and truly know in your body and your soul that everything you touch turns to gold, or that everything works out in your favor and that you're just naturally an abundant person, then abundance will come your way. I don't read reversals. However, I do find it interesting that they're calling this out because what it is like 88 is still 88. Abundance, it could be an abundance of things positive and it could be abundance of negativity. So pay attention to how your mindset is because what you focus on is what's going to come to fruition. I do feel that. I do feel that there is a need for you to start moving out of a space of scarcity and moving into a space of abundance, and like that there's enough for everybody. There's enough for all of us. So pay attention to how you're thinking because this is a really big one that I'm like, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So pay attention to how your mindset is really blocking you or is helping you bring in that abundance because that's important. All right. The last card that came out for y'all was number 5, which is change. And to be honest, this one is really like, you may have been in the past few months just been in a space of just like, I'm doing a lot of work. I'm trying to see more results. Okay. Know that it's coming. This month will be changing for you. Okay. The change is really calling for you to take more of this manifestation and bringing it to your reality. What I do feel is for some of y'all, the change is going to show up in areas such as like your work life. For others of y'all, I'm seeing more of the change happening in your ability to manifest quickly. Okay, this month is highlighting some things, but again, you need to strengthen your spiritual core, change some of the mindsets that you're holding on to as far as like what abundance can look like, or if you deserve it, because you do. You just have to tell yourself you do, and like take in this time to make some of those changes energetically. For some reason, it does feel very much like the new ideas that are coming to you are going to require you to have a different mindset around money, around abundance, around opportunity, so that you're not in a space of just like trying to manifest from a space of scarcity. Okay. So yeah, I did pull another card for you, and it is the number 16. And it says, Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. In what ways are you abundant right now? So, oh man, I'm getting tingles. They are literally giving so much energy around this abundance. Look at this. Midas touch. Whenever I see this card, like I really be like, oh, y'all really about that life. Okay, yes. I do feel that, wow, this is really good. So if you have been like really just looking for evidence of it, ask your guides to show you how you've been abundant and how you are abundant. Because this is really, it's the number 16 is 17. So like for you to, 17 6, and then it equals 7. But for you to be in that space of abundance, 1 is a great energy to be in when you are trying to focus on your abundance. Okay, so pay attention to how you're abundant. Everything is working out in your favor. Again, to the collective energy about trust and manifest, this is something that you want to exhibit in your life and really kind of move from there. Okay, so that is what I have for you. If you resonated with this message, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment and let me know. Let me know how it resonates with you. Also, don't forget to sign up for the Psychic Realignment Challenge starting on June 4th, as well as Dream Warrior Coaching if you're interested in Dream Warrior Coaching. Now, other than that, yeah, if you're with me, you with me. Thank you for being here. If you are staying, let's get some more messages. And I appreciate you all. So thank you. All right, let's move on to personal year number 5s. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop 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 whoop. All right. So, personal year number 5s. What's going on? All right. So let's talk about the energy that you're in this month. You are in a 2 personal month. 2 is about intuition. It's about feeling. It's about support, collaboration, partnerships, connecting. It is very much a energy of patience and like just really being in tune with your feelings, in tune with your intuition, and really connecting. Now, the 2 energy, it can be a time where you may start feeling like you don't have to be in the limelight. Like last month, you probably feel like I need to be in the limelight, or I'm really focusing on myself, whereas 2 actually bridges more gaps between you and others. The 2 energy is really about connecting with others and collaborations in that sense. So for this month in relation to the 6 energy, definitely, I would not be surprised if there are some relationship things that are coming up for the 5 years, because 6 be talking about love and relationships, and then 2 is about partnerships and connections, and so yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if that energy shows up pretty frequently. But how you navigate that energy is what's important here. So let's get some messages on what's going on with my personal year number 5s. Energy behind personal year number 5. Wait a minute. All right. I'm going to let that be. I'm going to let it be. What energy for personal year number 5s for this month? Well, okay. That came out again. Anything else? Let's see. Any other messages? Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get some more. Personal year number 5s. Personal year number 5s. Whoa. Okay. That one came through. All right, and then let's move on. All right, so personal year number 5 for June. Okay, the first cards that came. What the heck? What the hecky on? What the heck? That's so dumb. Oh my god, this song. It's so catchy, but so dumb. Now, yeah. Here's the messages. All right. First card that came out was the number 48. 48. Financial discipline right now. The next card that came out was number 4, which is perseverance. Look at that. We got 4, 48. We got 88. Abundance. And then the last card is 78. Spiritual career. Now, let me tell y'all about this. Okay. We got 48, 4, 88, 78. Let's talk about it. Come on, like. Now, here's the thing. The 48 coming out as the first card, financial discipline. So this is like saying that even in the beginning of the month, there's a need to create financial discipline at this moment. Now, there's a lot that can go with that, because the 48 is really about like, I mean, it is about financial discipline. It's creating, like, not creating the mindset of like not splurging, not doing a lot. You may actually be experiencing financial like hiccups at the moment. You may be experiencing a shift in your finances in the past month that you're experiencing it now. That you're like, I need to like be more wary of what I spend my money on or how I'm spending my money. But it's the guys are actually calling for you to have more discipline with finances. But there's a reason for that. What's the reason for that? What's the reason for that? I feel like because there needs to be focus elsewhere, and a lot of people in this space right now are really finding that they're putting too much emphasis in the material. Okay. I did ask for that, and this is like, it says you're special. This is a special, you are a special card. And this card comes out because it's like, we're putting, when you think of your financial state, it is hard to be, sometimes it's hard, depending on who you are, it's hard to feel worthy when you're not in a financially abundant space. And then that feelings of like worthiness comes in connection to your money, so when you don't have money, you don't feel really worthy. When you don't feel really worthy, your vibration is very low. And when your vibration is really low, it's hard to attract more money. And so they're asking you to detach from the ability to believe this, or the belief that it is, your worth is attached to what your money status looks like right now. Ooh, what a message. Because they're saying like you are special. They're like, you need to see, and this is similar to the forecast that I wrote for the calendar. It's like, how can we see from the eyes of the universe, see ourselves in the eyes of the universe? And they're really saying like, look, just because people got money don't mean that they are really in that space, of like spiritual alignment. But then they're asking you to look at how special you are. Look at how special you are without what you are looking to see what's, needed for you to feel that. Because it's like, all right, the universe doesn't actually require anything of you but you to be you. And that is when they're saying like, you're special, you're in that space. This is where the perseverance card is coming through, because I feel like a lot of you are really experiencing hardships at the moment, and it's really requiring tenacity. It's requiring perseverance. So financially, you probably are in a really hard space right now, but there's so much that is coming with that. So they're asking you to remember how much you're persevering and take in that perseverance and knowing that things will get better, because what's coming is this whole like abundance card. Now, this card actually just came out for the last reading, but it's like, this came out right. And it's actually asking you to combat all of this financial stuff throughout the month, and perseverance and whatnot. They're asking you to adopt a abundance attitude and look at how you are being abundant right now, every single moment. If you need to ask your guys, like, guys, show me an example of abundance in my current life at this moment, or show me how I'm abundant right now. Give me an example of my abundance coming towards me, or something, something like, talk to the universe, call it in. But they're saying like, pay attention to your abundance, pay attention to what it is that you are and how special you are this month, and not things that are not you. Okay. We want to keep our vibrations high. We want to keep our vibrations, leveled and the frequency's high so we can attract more of that abundance. Because 88 coming through, this is all like, we're talking about like money here. We're talking about like material things. Career is coming up big time for the 5 energy this month. Now relationships and stuff are coming to fruition. I see things happening in that area, but that is definitely not in the forefront. So if it's starting to show up, people starting to show up, you may be attracting other people. Just know that your core is what needs to be the focus. Your spiritual core. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. The last card being number 78, which is spiritual career. I mean, it's coming up big time. Like, it's something that I feel like once we work on the vibration part, the frequency part, the gratitude part, and the witnessing the universe witnessing ourselves from the universe's eyes. That is the biggest thing here right now, because then you'll notice like none of this other stuff actually matters. Yes, we have to live. Yes, we have bills to pay. Yes, we have to eat. Yes, we have to survive. But like when we look at ourselves and what's special about ourselves from the universe's point of view, then all of this stuff is just like, it actually doesn't matter. But then at the same time, like we can be like, oh no, it's actually happening for me already. Everything's already happening for me. I just have to accept it. Why? Because I'm abundant, and it's always going to come to me, and it's always working in my favor. And once you get to that, and you focus on that frequency, the spiritual career is what's about to start popping. Don't be surprised that your collaborations and connections that you'll be making this month focuses on like how you can elevate your spiritual career. Okay, if you're a practitioner, if you are a healer, if you are in the realm of helping people, this is a good month for you to start raising that frequency so that you'll start elevating. Okay, so that's very interesting. I love that the spiritual career card is coming out towards the end of this month. I do feel some people are going to be making some major shifts. And I feel like the spiritual career can start elevating towards the end of this month because you're focusing on, that abundant aspect of yourself. So remember, like, it's summertime. We all want to be outside. But don't be spending all this money and trying to, like, impress this aspect of yourself that is, like, wanting to feel worthy because of that. If that makes sense. Your worth is not rooted in the money that you currently have right now. Your core, once you strengthen your core, like you'll persevere. Your abundance is and you can attract things, because 88 is literally like double energy. 8 is like prosperity, and then like 88 is abundance. And it's just like what we call in and focus on is what we going to get out. What we put in is what we get out. That is literally infinite energy. That is 8. What we put in is what we get out. So focus on that. 78, yeah, man. Like the growth that's coming with it. Spiritual career, yes. So another card I pulled out for y'all was the number 19, and that was eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things you are not. How can you reclaim your power? This card is a card that focuses on, again, you are special. It's literally saying the same thing. It's like shielding yourself from all of the things that don't make sense and that is not it for you. And really eliminating those distractions. Like eliminating distractions, not shining the light on things that you're not, because you really like to reclaim your power. That's reclaiming that abundant mindset. So this is a good time to really focus on like how abundant you are, who you are, and know that it doesn't actually matter about all the other stuff. It's only really about you. Like you're special. You're God. See yourself from the universe's eyes. That's what you need to be doing this month. So yeah. that's the message for y'all. Like, let me know in the comments if you resonate with that, if you connect with that message. Also, if you are trying to do the Psychic Realignment Challenge, which I think would be really good for people this month, yeah, go ahead and join. We start June 4th. It is free to join. And it is cool to be in that space with me. Also, if you're interested in Dream Warrior coaching, that will be linked in the description box below. And yeah, I will see y'all there. Thank you for being here with me. If you're sticking with me, let's get some more messages. If you're not, I'll see you in the next video. So thank you. See y'all. All right, let's move on to the personal year number 6. Personal year number 6. What's going on, good people? Good people. Personal year number 6. Number 6. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Sorry, I'm just getting these things together. Let's drink some water. All right, personal year number 6. What's going on? Let's see what messages come out for y'all during this time. Cause yeah, the messages are messaging for June. Let's talk a little bit about your personal month number 3. You're in a personal month number 3, and this month, the 3 energy in general is like, it's a very social energy. It's a number of entertainment. It's a number of wittiness. It's a number of creativity and being able to stimulate the mental sphere and really be like kind of expressive creatively in that sense. And with that being said, like the 3 energy when you're in a 3 month can really call in a lot of like witnessing a shift in how you see yourself through a larger scale. Your mind is very stimulated, so you may even be taken keen to like learning new things, being around new people, engaging with friends, connecting, especially in relation to the 6. The 6 energy, because you're in a personal month number 3 and your personal year number 6, and this is a universal 6 month. This will be an energy of straight creation or destruction. You can create so much. You can create so much in this energy, and I do feel that this will be a good time for you to focus on like how you're creating versus how you're destroying, if that makes sense. Because I mean, like, and it's a very interesting space to be in, because you really do want to focus on like how creation stimulates the mind and how it shows up in your connections. Okay, this can be an easy time for you to also self-sabotage, so do not go down that route of self-sabotaging. I'm just saying, that's a message that's coming through. So let's see. And self-sabotaging could be like, oh, you're just in your head a lot, which 3 months you can be in your head. So don't be in your head too much. So let's see. Messages for my personal year number 6 for the month of June. Let's see. Messages for my personal year number 6. I figured that was coming up. I felt that one coming up. Felt that one. Interesting. Wow, what is going on? Like, sheesh. Goodness gracious. Gracious. All right, so that's so funny. I pulled a card as I was taking a deep breath, and I'll tell you when we talk about it. I was literally in the middle, like, just releasing the deep breath, and then I pulled the card, and the card came out. But I'll show y'all what that is in a sec. So, first card that came out was the number 56, which is relationship change. Relationship change. Second card that came out was spiritual partnership, number 27. number 27. Third card that came out was number 88, which is abundance. Abundance. And then the last card, which is 77, and that is spirituality. Spirituality. Wow. All right, cool. So let's talk about this. Okay. I knew the 56 was going to come out. I knew something along those lines was going to come out because I was like, oh, wow, it just does feel like a shift in, for you, your relationships and your connections. You're in a personal year. Personal year number 6 has a lot to do with your relationships. Then you're in a personal month number 3, which has a lot to do with like relationships, but like you more so vibrating at a frequency of learning and meeting new people, and connecting with new people, or your social sphere may be shifting. So there is a relationship change. Either you've gone through it already or you're going to go through it, currently going through it. And it does feel like it's bringing about a release that may have been just holding you back. You know what I mean? So you could be in a space of just like releasing and change, or there's a shift in like how you look at a particular relationship. But I do feel that this is really going to be, this is like karmic. This feels karmic. Feels like a karmic relationship. Excuse me. Interesting. So I do feel like for some of y'all are in a space of just like not feeling like woe is me. Like woe is me, and whatever relationship changed has a lot to do with the fact that y'all are just growing in separate ways. And this feels like with the spiritual partnership card, it does feel like for some of y'all it could have been karmic relationship and you're recognizing that. But it also just feels like y'all were, your friendships or your circles are shifting. Why is it? What is that? Oh my God. Okay. But like your karmic circles are shifting. I mean, wow. Okay. Maybe it is karmic circles. I didn't mean to say karma. I thought it was saying like your social circles, but yes, let's talk about it. Karmic circles are shifting, and you're learning some lessons around that. This month, although it is like a social energy of the 3 that is present, that doesn't mean that it's not requiring any type of like self-actualization through spiritual connection. Okay. Because, and here's the thing, 88 came out in your reading here. 88 has come out in the last 2 readings here. So abundance card, this is literally, I'm gonna have to keep saying the same thing, but like it's calling you to really focus on how you are abundant in your life, adopt the mindset of abundance, and really like focusing on the lessons you've learned, which also is spirituality too, but the lessons you've learned in these partnerships, in these circles that you've had, and also calling in what it is that you are wanting in your life, so that you're not in a space of thinking negatively of the shift. Because I do feel like some of this stuff is like really hard to process for some of y'all. Whatever shift happened in your change, your relationship, it's kind of hard to process. But you're being called to adopt a different mindset around this, and what you perceive is not necessarily always what it is. I see them going like, because they're saying like what you perceive is actually what is going to be, because that's what you're focusing on. Yeah, I mean, dang. Okay. So this month, just focus on like right now, because I'm like, there are some things there that are really there's some things there. Let's talk about it. Can I get some more insight on that with this like connection and how it's affecting the perception of abundance? for some of y'all, for some people, someone, whoever this message is for right now, that I can feel like somebody has taken something from you. Like there's been like money or possessions of something of some sort. And now it's kind of like shift, even if it was like business partners. Yeah, it could be, yeah, because what I'm getting here, it does feel like that. So what I get here is, this is the authority card. The authority card. So the thing with authority, that authority card is really talking about your resistance to higher ups and like those in like higher positions. That's why I'm like, I feel like there's probably something here where someone's taken something away from you, or they've abused power. And with the authority card, it's also talking about how sometimes we, like, rules and laws and things are in place. And when I talk about laws, I'm not really getting political. I'm more so talking about like universal laws and things that need to be put in place, like for structure, but it's all out of love. And so when we have resistance to what it is, we have to look a little deeper, and like look at that resistance to authority and how that's affecting us and affecting our perception of abundance. Because I do feel like whatever connection it is that you do have that you're struggling with, or that shifted, it has a lot to do with feeling a loss and feeling like y'all did X, Y, and Z. Somebody took something from me. Something, I'm losing something. And what this is calling you to do is like really raise your frequency to an abundance that is never a loss. It's just a shift. Raising your frequency to a level where abundance is just coming to you. Like one door closes, another one opens. And the 3 energy can really help you do that in a creative manner. It can really help you navigate that energy in a way that is more fun and brings more fun into your life. So I would say, like, take your time. Don't try to like bypass your emotions, because that's one thing you don't want to do. But your resistance to authority, your resistance to universal shift is what creates imbalance, okay? And they're calling for you to focus on the positive, focus on what is coming to you abundantly, because abundance isn't just positive, it can be negative. There's negative abundance, so there's an abundance of negativity, an abundance of positivity. So they really are calling attention to how you're bringing in manifesting based off of your perception and what you perceive to be reality. Woo! Big one. That's a spiritual message for you. But the spirituality card coming up, because you got 2 master numbers, 88, 77, coming up right next to each other. This is going to call for you, because now you'll start feeling by the end of the month how you're kind of going to go inward a little bit more after being really social and all that stuff. But like, you'll feel like you're kind of go inward a little bit, and you'll see that your spiritual essence has to be very solid. And you're going to learn that, like, throughout all of this processing, you're going to have to strengthen the core of your spiritual core. Okay? That is a theme that's coming up universally around, like, strengthening your psychic and spiritual self, because those practices are going to be developed, and you'll have a better sense of how to show up for yourself through that spiritual practice. Okay. They're just also asking you, they're reminding you that, this is a spiritual, like, you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and not to let the human experience bypass the spirit. Okay. So by the end of the month, you're going to start like experiencing a embracing of your spiritual growth and what you've learned so far, and be able to celebrate that, because you're putting in work. I'm telling you, you're putting in work. So keep up the good work, but make sure you develop a spiritual practice that is going to strengthen your core and allow you to move in the direction you want to move in. All right. And the last message that I pulled for you from the Unshakable Inner Peace deck is the number 13. It says, breathe. This moment matters most. How can you focus on the moment and appreciate all that as well? And I thought this card was very interesting because when I pulled it is when I took a deep breath, and like as I was breathing out, this card came out. So I thought this was interesting. That's the card for you. That's the last message for you. Same. What, like, this moment matters most. I do see that this is a shift for you. So instead of focusing on what happened to you in a negative sense, focus on what everything is going well. Like how this is all working out for you, how this is all space, like how everything is all is well. All is well. Everything is working out in your best favor. All the time, always. Whether you believe so or not. Don't allow that resistance to authority. Because I did feel like, dang, somebody's like boss or somebody do some shit. Like, I mean, sorry, something. And and I'm like, ah, man, that sucks. But it's all working out in your favor. It's all working out in your favor. So, if you resonated with this message, because that's your message for June, and you want a personal reading, you can get a personal reading from me in the description box. Also, join the Psychic Realignment Challenge, the 3-day Psychic Realignment Challenge. It's Hell No, I'm Healing. It's going to be linked in the description box as well. Also, if you're interested in Dream Warrior Coaching, that's in the description box. But I hope you resonate with this message. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with your people. And if you are sticking around with me, thank you for sticking around. Let's get some more messages. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. So thank you. Now we are, let's see, I'm gonna do this one. We are now moving on to the personal year 7s. Personal year number 7. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right. Personal year number 7s. How are y'all doing? How are you feeling? How's everything going? How was May for you? How's the year been for you? Please let me know in the comments. Let me know my messages. DM me. Whatever. But personal year number 7s. If you are a 7, then that means you are in your personal month number 4. So let's talk about the 4 a little bit. 7 and 4 are the only 2 numbers in the 9-year cycle, 9-month cycle that are considered consolidation numbers. These are numbers where, you're kind of going within or you're bringing things into your box. The 4 energy is about putting things into your box and releasing things that are not fitting in the box. It's about getting things in order, realignment. If you're trying to do the realignment challenge in the beginning of this month, this is the perfect time for you to do it. We start June 4th, so click the link in the description box, okay? But this is the perfect time for you to like realign, get your ducks in order, look at how you're organizing your life, get your money right. And when I say money right, I mean like reassessing where your money is going and like finances and developing a stable space in your life that you're able to like focus on. Your foundation is a point. Nature is a point. Connecting with nature, that's really good during a 4 month. So like the 4 energy during this time is going to be for you really starting to feel like, I do feel like there will be a push and pull between like feeling like you need to show up for family and that you also need to show up for yourself. So I do feel that coming up. So let's pull some messages and see what's happening. Oh, snap. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna take that because that definitely. Okay, I'll take this one too. Gosh, these are just coming out. What is going on? Okay. Like immediately, I got really hot all of a sudden. Really hot all of a sudden. And now the cards just don't want to stay in my hand. Jeez, what is happening with y'all? Okay. Let's talk about it. All right, so First card that came out for y'all was number 96, which is the forgiveness card. Now that just like, it just kind of flew out. That was the thing. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Second card that came out for you was number 77, which is spirituality. Spirituality. Then the third card that came out was number 16, which is rebirth. Rebirth. And then the last card that came out for you was number 2, which is patience. Patience, patience. I do like how this looks though. For the most part. Because really what happened, like, what's going on with y'all around this like forgiveness aspect? Any messages? Any other additional messages? Let's see. All right. Gosh, y'all, I just got hot. Like, what y'all got going on? What y'all got going on? What is this spirituality and forgiveness aspect? What's going on here? All right, so y'all got Archangel Michael that showed up in this forgiveness aspect. And I think it is very, look at that, strong. I think it's very interesting that it's coming up right now, because at this point, it is a matter of, you're in a 4-month, which means there could have been some shifts happening foundationally, which means it could be, for some of y'all, what I am getting is that it is a matter of being really hard on yourself because you did not, or let's change that narrative. You are being hard on yourself for not recognizing certain signs that a younger version of yourself wouldn't have recognized. Oh man, you can't do that. You got to forgive yourself. Why? Like, you shouldn't be punishing yourself. That's what it feels like. You shouldn't punish yourself. But it's like, man, if I would have known that, I would have never did that. Man, if I would have known, blah, blah, blah. Like, you didn't know. How were you supposed to know? Like, how? Nobody's telling you this. Nobody's telling you this. How are you going to know? Yeah, so you may be in a space right now where they're like, you're pondering on some things. And instead of being hard on yourself, evoke, whatever, the forgiveness aspect, and just be like, you know what? Like, I learned what I learned, and I have to move forward, you know? Now, the way to do this is not just simple. Forgiveness is not something that is just something you can just do and be done. Forgiveness is like healing, and healing requires you to continue to do it. It's requiring you it's requiring you to have an established practice, you know? Forgiveness is something you have to keep doing. You have to keep forgiving. You don't just forgive once and then that's it. Because there are going to be more and more triggers that show up in your life, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was still triggered by this, and da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. No, you still have to keep forgiving. You have to still remind yourself that this is a process. It's not something you just automatically do, okay? And so with the 77 coming out in this position, because here's the thing, this is something that is coming up big time for everybody. Spirituality is coming up for everybody. And just like I said in the previous reading, like I literally was over here talking about how our energetic core needs to be solidified and strong this month, because we need to be open and aware to what is actually out here energetically. There are things out here that feed on negative energy. There are things out here that feed on people's light, you know, but like there are things that feed on people's negative energy, and when you focus on the negativity, when you focus on beating yourself down, there are things that love that stuff, okay? There are things energetically love that stuff, and you're just feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. And so what happens is that you're not establishing enough drive and strength in your core to protect yourself from that negative like negative entities or negative energies that want to feed on you. And so it's just going to be a constant thing, and you're going to continue to be in that cycle. And that is also kind of why I feel like Archangel Michael is showing up, because this is the angel of courage and protection. Also one of the first angels, well, one of the only angels, I wouldn't even say only, but he's one of the angels that really is like, when you call on him, he shows up immediately and gives you that protection in a sense. So I do feel like your core is what's important right now. And a lot of what's happening for some people in this group is that your energy is being fed on, and you have to go through this space of like clearing yourself and consolidating what is fitting in your box. And those negative thoughts don't fit in that box. They need to be released. And they can be done through spiritual practices, doing yoga, going and meditating, going walks in nature, going and doing the things that are going to connect you with your spirituality is what's important. Call upon Archangel Michael in this process throughout this month, because you're going to be needing a little bit more protection to like not go into that negative mindset. Okay. The rebirth card is a really important card that shows up here, and I'm actually really happy that it did in this position, because it's asking you to release and move forward in this transformation, okay, that you're going through. I do feel that the rebirth, because the rebirth is really about like, I mean, it's 1 and 6, which is 7, which is the year that you're in currently. It's a rebirth. I do feel like after all of the stuff that you've been going through this past few months, you're going to start seeing a shift mid-June, mid to late June. And more ideas may actually start stemming from it. For the blessing of a 4-month is like ideas and new ways of looking at your life show up during this time, because now you're like, okay, I'm releasing this. I'm moving forward, and it is calling for you to really be rebirth, to be born again into this new transition. And those ideas, those new things that you're looking at is going to really spark change in you, which is also the month that you're going to be going into next month, which is number 5. So, I mean, I would be interested to see how you feel at the end of the month. Now, keep in mind, those new ideas and new things that are coming up requires tenacity and work, but you are going to have to be patient on moving quickly on those ideas, okay? The patience card is calling for you. They're asking you to be patient, to recognize, like, don't focus on, they're asking you not to focus too much on, like, the results of things. I want results, because I came up with this new idea, and I come up with this new sense of self and seeing myself in a different light, because, oh my God, I got rid of all the stuff that was not fitting in my box, and now I'm just like, I'm good. They're asking you to be patient, because things are in the work. There's workings happening in behind the scenes that you're not aware of. So you want to, not move too quickly on this stuff. This is a good time to plant the seeds. Let the time to water and harvest and all that stuff come. Don't rush too much into it. Whew. Wow, it's going to be a process this month. Definitely a process. This is definitely a process. You're going to have to need to like surrender to some of the changes that are happening this month for you. They're asking you, in order to establish a stronger spiritual core, is going to be establishing a lot of more trust and just surrendering to the changes that are happening. Okay. So, let's see. I got one last card for you. And that was the number 4 from the Unshakable Inner Peace deck. It says, you are the joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? Look at her. She's just so happy. She's just so happy. What little victories can you celebrate? This is a good card to have, and it's the number 4. It's the number 4, because they don't want you to get too bogged down on like, oh my God, I gotta do this. Oh my God, I gotta do that. Oh my goodness, I wasn't ready. Okay, so what little victories can you celebrate? Take those moments to be very present in yourself, in your life, and just be like, you know what? Like, I've overcome so much. I've done so much, So keep that in mind. Let this be, it's a great message to end on, but let this be something that is resonating with you throughout the month. You're the joy seeker. Find joy every single day, okay? But if you resonated with that message and you vibe with it, go ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your people. If you're interested in doing the Psychic Realignment Challenge starting June 4th, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Also, if you're trying to do Dream Warrior Coaching, click the link in the description box. And yeah, other than that, I hope you have a really good June. If you're sticking with me, let's get some more messages. If you're not, then I will see you in the next video. So thank you for being here. Now let's move on to personal year number 8. My personal year number 8. Let's see. Personal year number 8. Where are we at? All right. Personal year number 8. So you are currently in, because I'm like, wow, there's so many different energies happening and so much happening. I'm like, sheesh. So much is taking place. All right. So let's talk about it. You're in a personal month number 5, okay? Personal month number 5 during the universal month number 6. And you're in a personal year number 8. Man, the energy is high right now for you. Okay. So let's talk about the number 5 energy. So you're in the personal month number 5, which is a lot about change, man. Like, it's a lot about change. A lot about change. 5 is a number of change. It's a number of adventure. It is the number of emotional, like, guidance in a sense. It's like the centered heart. It's heart-centered. The number of transitions, transformations, and expecting the unexpected. So during that 5 month, it is a time where I always tell people, like, you know what? Don't get attached to doing anything particularly, because your plans, like, may shift. It's the number where I tell people, you hear that saying where they say, if you want to make God laugh, plan something, show him your plans. That's what I feel like the 5 energy is. Kind of like, oh, surprise. So with this 5 energy, look, it's a number of freedom as well too. So look at how you can free yourself from these karmic beliefs and things that you may have been holding on to, because you're in an 8 year, which is a year of karma and showing up in that sense. So be aware of the karmic shifts that are taking place and the karmic beliefs that are showing up, and how you can use this 5 energy to change that. So let's get some messages for y'all. Da da da. Puppy power. All right, let's see. Personal year number 8 for June. Number 8 for June. All right, what's going on, y'all? What is happening? All right. Whoa. Okay, I'll take both of them. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. All right. Interesting. Okay. I'm feeling exactly what that card is saying. All right. So let's look at your messages here. The first card that you got for this month is the number 33, communication. Communication. I don't know why a song is coming up in my head. 91, which is surrender. That's the next card you got. Surrender. Ooh. Then you got the number 88, which is abundance. Abundance. And the last card, which is number 9, completion. Wow. I mean, wow. Okay. So let's talk about it. You got the communication card, and excuse me, wow. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. All right, so you got the communication card. 33. It's a master number. You got two master numbers in here. But 33 is a master number. It's communication. So this here, there's a few things I'm getting with this card. Not only is it about your ability to express yourself and communicate, but it's about how you do it creatively. You, in the beginning of this month, may be in a space of just needing to be more clear about what it is that you're calling into your life at this point. The communication is just like, how can you creatively express yourself, but also communicate with your guides to a sense that it's just like, it's very clear what you're bringing and calling into your life. There could be actually a space of like feeling blockages around communication right now, and that in itself can be like tough. I get that. I also get it for some of y'all. There's a blockage between like what God or universe has in store for you versus like what it is that you're verbally expressing. So here's the thing. Okay, they're showing me some more things. Here's the thing with this is that like the universe does not understand connotations, if that makes sense. It doesn't understand when you say one thing, but your energy is reading something completely different. And so when you speak something and when you're expressing like, this is what I want, blah, 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 or I don't want this, I don't want that, like the universe doesn't understand the difference between the both of them. And so there's already something in divine plan for you, but what you're saying and how your energy and actions are moving towards the opposite could be very much like rubbing against it, hitting the wall. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. But I also think they're asking you to get really creative on like how you speak on what you want. A lot of this is really just shifting mindset this month for you, and shifting the mindset will ultimately shift your physical reality. Because this 91 surrender. Oh, sorry about my dogs, y'all. Sorry. You just be barking. Maybe that's confirmation of, speaking things. But 91 is the surrender card, and that in this position is actually showing that you're really resistant to some of this stuff. Okay, you're resistant to what universe actually has for you, because there's something you're holding on to that you're like, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, or this is what I thought I needed in my life. That they're just asking you to like really shift your mindset on it. There's some questions that they're bringing up. They're saying, what if the thing that you are holding on to was poison? What if the thing you were holding on to was poison? What if every time you said something, they're showing like it's coming back to bite you? That's interesting. It's something about like whatever it is you're holding on to, like if it's not really helping you. And what you're saying about it is actually not helping you either. So they're asking you to surrender. They're asking you to adopt a mindset of abundance. Abundance has come out so many times in almost every reading. They're asking you to adopt a mindset of abundance, because what you're putting in is what you get out. If it's an abundant mindset around positivity, then it's more positive things. It's more things in the frequency that you're aligning to. If you are abundantly thinking of things negatively, then that's what you're going to be attracting and what you're going to be calling in but it just kind of feels like you're holding on to dear life, and I don't know why it feels that way, but it does. But they're saying that like throughout this month you're going to be going through this cycle of like needing to release, needing to, you know, keep needing to keep your keep on to, like to keep things, but to let other things go. There's like a big shift, and that's why I'm like, yo, if you got plans, you know, you might as well just kind of like be like, you know what, whatever happens, happens, because there's a lot of background work happening in the universe, but they need you to meet it halfway. Your guides need you to meet them halfway in your actions, in your mindset, so that you can co-create with them. But this 9 energy is about completion, and it is a number of completion, but it's a number of like, not only for it to come out on the last part, it's like this by the end of this month, pay attention, you're going to be completing some major accomplishments around your mindset and frequency and how you're operating, because that is like, that's what's required for you to move through the next few months. To be honest, the next few months is going to be reliant on how you surrender in this month, how you adopt abundant mindsets in this month. Hey, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What is this surrendering around? What's messages around this? Let's see. What is that? Okay. I thought so. So this is a shielding card that came out in regards to like asking a question around the surrendering. So the shielding, when the shielding card comes out, is really, really focusing on how external energies are impacting you at the moment. And it is like a reflection of what you've already been manifesting that's showing up in your life right now. So pay attention to who it is that's actually throwing any negative energy towards you and needing to shield. This is another thing like that's been coming up big time with these readings that I'm noticing. You know, there's a need for us to have like a strong energetic field right at this moment, because it's going to be hard for us to do any type of healing or movement in our physical lives if spiritually we're being attacked or we're having negative influences around us. So pay attention to that, because I'm like, what is it that you're not surrendering? It's probably the people around you or their thoughts that they have infused into your essence, your energetic field. You got to release some of this stuff, okay? And the last, let me see. The last message that I have for y'all was the number 43, and it says, rest, renew, recharge. What does your body crave and need right now? What a message. What a message. Because here's the thing. Let me express something to y'all. 5 is a restless energy, okay? The energy itself is restless. It's moving very quickly. A lot of stuff starts to happen. Energetically, you're going to be exhausted. If you feel it. If you're in tune and you feel the energy, it can make you feel very tired. So this is calling for you to rest, renew, recharge, and pay attention to what your body's craving. Because the 5 energy, if you remember last month in May, I mentioned how the 5 universal month was going to call for us to pay attention to our bodies and how things show up in our bodies. Well, this is that 5 month for you. So personally, so now you have to pay attention to what's showing up in your body personally. And also the psychic realignment challenge will be really good for you, because now it'll be talking about how to tune into your body in that sense. But you do need to rest. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I felt like I needed to rest right after tapping into the energy. Okay, so let this be a sign for you. Let this be a sign for you. If you are resonating with this message, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your people. Also, if you want to join the Psychic Realignment Challenge, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Or if you want to do Dream Warrior Coaching, the description box link. Other than that, if you want to get a personal reading with me, that is available at this time. But other than that, I hope you resonate with these messages. And if you're sticking with me, let's get some more messages. And if you are not, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. All right. So we're moving on to... we're moving on to the personal year number 9. Personal year number 9. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. So, per usual, if you are a personal year number 9, that means that you are feeling the energy double the time, which means you're in a personal month number 6. And anything I mentioned in the collective energy, just take heed to those messages. But I know, like, y'all, like, but I want my own messages. I know the collective is the collective, but I want my own, which is why we're going to talk about it. So as we mentioned in the 6 energy, it's a very dramatic energy. It's a mini peak. It is a number that is very, it's a number that means you need to establish balance, okay? There's a lot that comes with it. So we already talked about that energy. Let's get into your personal messages. Let's see what's happening for you this month. Any messages for the personal year number 9s? Messages for June, personal year number 9s. Da 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 da. Personal year number 9s. Let's get that. Personal year number. Okay. Well, okay. All right. I guess y'all was just like, well, guess I'll take out. Okay, gosh. I'm going to put this one on the side because it literally came out. Y'all got more than the cards. Oh my God. These cards are just falling, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. So, let's get into it. The first, well, let's see. Hold on. Oh, golly, y'all. Okay. All right, cool. So, let's talk about it. The first card that came out for y'all was number 16, which is Rebirth. Rebirth. Wow. Second card was the number 71, which is Health. The Health card. Now, the third card that came out, like these 3 cards after this came out all together, and it was very interesting. But the third card was number Patience. The number 2, which is Patience. And fourth one was Manifestation. Manifestation. Last one was number 41, which is Self-Discipline. Self-Discipline, which matches my nails. Okay. So, here's the thing. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So, here we go. We have the 16, the Rebirth card, which means what changed for you last month? But like, all right, so we were in a 5 universal month last month. You were in a personal 5 month. So there was a lot of change, a lot of things that took place. However, I do feel for y'all that there was some things that were happening that were happening on a physical level that can now, it's kind of shifted you to go in a different direction. This card coming up with the 16 Rebirth is like really talking about like celebrating this new chapter of transformation that you're going through at this moment. So I would love to know exactly what it is that showed up for y'all in this time, but there is so much that's happening that I feel like, yeah, there's a lot happening right now. Okay. Now, how are y'all health-wise? Because I do feel that this was like really hard on the body. Like you may have been going through a lot of health situations or there are some things that's taken up, like your body was screaming a lot. That's what I'm getting. If you are in, because here's the thing, this will be a good time for you to do a realignment, do a physical realignment. But if you were interested in doing the psychic realignment challenge for 3 days this week, then go ahead and sign up in the link in the description box. However, I am going to say that your health coming up, because of the health card, it's just calling attention to really not bypassing some of the things that may have showed up last month that may be showing up this month as well too. And when it comes to a new transformation and a psychic transformation or a physical transformation, spiritually your body has to reacclimate to the newness in your life. You're still in a freaking meat suit. This is a human body. You're having a spiritual, a human experience, but you're a spiritual being. So some of those like changes that are going to show up will show up in the health range for you physically, because there are things that need to be realigned. The patience card, the manifestation card, and the self-discipline card comes out because with this newness, I do feel like you have some new ideas. You have some new things that you want to work on. There's some new projects you may want to work on. And with it being a month of creation, there's like a need, there's this feeling that you're going to be having is like, I got to move, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. This is a mini peak during your peak year. This is a mini peak during your peak year. If you don't know what the essence of your peak year is looking like, go ahead and book a session with me as well, because we can talk a little bit more about that, and because there's a whole different type of energy when it comes to your peak. It's not just the same type of energy as the universal energy. You have your own individual energy. Now, but this like patience, manifestation, and self-discipline is really like, all right, in the midst of you going through this month, they're asking you to establish more patience in your endeavors, but they're not telling you to stop doing anything. They're actually telling you to move forward with things, but be very clear on what it is that you're trying to bring into your life in that sense. There's something about this month that you're going to be developing a new idea, a new thing that you're going to be working on, and it's going to help you express yourself a lot differently and show up in the world differently. So they want you to keep like focused on that and not allow other things to distract you outside of this. Distractions can be family too, by the way, or your personal relationships. So just know that like these type of distractions, it's okay to show up for people when they need you, but they want you to be patient with yourself and still pay attention to how your body's responding to showing up for other people versus like showing up for yourself. There's something there with that. The manifestation card is a big thing. A lot of people have been getting the abundance card, which is 88. You got the manifestation card, which again, in the collective reading, we got the manifest card, the trust and manifest card. So, but what you're manifesting is really important this month because this is a energy of creation or destruction. So what you manifest can create things for you, and it can also destroy other things for you. So don't focus on self-sabotaging beliefs. Focus on the positive things that come up and not allow these distractions to take you out of your game. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Is there anything else? Anything else? No, I think that's it. So we got the last card I got for y'all is the number 9, which is cool. It says express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? I love this for y'all. I love this for y'all because this is a month of creation. This is a month where you can start something different. And you already started this month with the 16, which is rebirth. So now you're like in a space where it's like, oh no, I actually can do this for myself. Like I can actually start something new and stick with it and have fun with it. Yeah, they want you to be very disciplined. Whatever idea you're having right now, it is very divine. It is very much coming from a space of universe really helping you out, your guides really helping you out. So I would Yeah, I would definitely make sure your energy is aligned and you're paying attention to your energy. And then also, I would create a plan and a disciplined plan so that you can focus on getting moving in that direction, having fun, bringing this into fruition. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, son. That jacket is tight, son. Yeah, I mean, okay. All right, so let's see. That's all I got for you? Yeah, that's all I got. I'll leave it there. If you are joining my Psychic Realignment Challenge, go ahead and click the link in the description box. It's free to join. If you want to join your Dream Warrior Coaching, go ahead and click the link in the description box. Also, if you resonate with these messages, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share with your people. And other than that, if you're sticking with me for more messages, let's go and do some more messages. Other than that, thank you for showing up and being here, and I hope you enjoyed. So I will see you in the next video. All right, thanks, y'all. Cool. So let's move on to personal year number 1. Personal year number 1s. Oh my gosh. What's good? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, Wendy. So yeah, personal year number 1s. What's going on? You are in a personal month number 7. Number 7. So let's talk about your energy and what the 7 looks like. 7 is a number of introspection. It's a number of spirituality, a number of personal growth, lessons that have been learned. It is spiritual connection, and it is about reflecting and reviewing and going inward and really taking a different look at life in a different way. So the 7 energy during a 6 universal month, it's interesting because the way it shows up for you will show up, and that's, I do want y'all to realize this, like when it comes to these years and the energy of these years, it's like the energy is going, the relationship with these numbers are different. They show up differently. Also, they show up differently based on where you are in your current life at that moment. So the way this may look like for you right now, it may look different for someone else who's in a personal year number 7 or a personal month number 7. And so in relation to the 6th month, the 6th universal month, you may find that this is the review and the introspection and the 7 energy shows up in a way that like will bring about a sense of like reevaluating your connections, reevaluating your relationships, reevaluating like your placement in the world. That's what I'm getting. Like placement in the world is where this is like really showing up. Now, let's see what's coming up even further for you this month. Let's see. Alrighty then. Woo! I'm getting tingles and shing ding ding ding. Ding 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 ding. What's going on for my personal year number 1? There's so many things. Okay, there's so many things here. So dang, golly. All right. Anything else? Let's get one more. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Interesting. All right, cool. So, let's talk about this. The first card that you got for this month of June is the number 9, which is completion. Oh my goodness, it's completion. The second card that you got was the number 5, which is change. Number 5, change. And then the third card that you got was number 66, which is healing. Healing. And then the last card you got, number 13, effort. effort. Definitely a different vibe, for sure. Because here's the thing. The completion card coming up in the beginning of this month, I do feel like I hear that there's a congratulations in order, as in like there was something you were doing, the work that you've been doing up until this point has really made a big shift in your life, and also that like you're experiencing the physical changes, but like, or you've been experiencing physical changes. So spiritually, like the work that you've been doing is actually maintaining your physical body while you're experiencing spiritual shift and transformation. And there's a completion that is in order. I keep hearing like celebration in order, or congratulations in order, because there has been a complete change that has taken place and you're experiencing on a physical level. But this 7 energy is calling in like the spiritual aspect of this all. It's so interesting because like the completion itself is what has taken place, but the change, because you got the number 5, which was change, the change that's happening, there's like a little bit of resistance to it right now, and your guides are asking you to fully embrace the change. Because here's the thing, they don't want you to really go into that space of like thinking about how how this was for you, how things were for you, because like you've already completed those cycles. You're not gonna, and there is a sense of newness that's happening with you because you're in your personal year number 1. There's a lot of newness happening. You're becoming a new person. This is a new cycle. I mean, this is a really interesting space to be in, honestly. Just because like now that you're in your personal year 1 and you're now in a 7 month, there is a need for you to do a little bit of reflecting on what you've done so far, but in the same sense, not be resistant to furthering your growth or the changes that are coming. Because there's some resistance there, and it's more so of like an opportunity to digest and dissect, or dissect and digest the reasons or the root causes for the resistance behind it. And there's a need to feel safe in your change. That's what they're saying, like you're not feeling safe in your change. Which is also why the healing aspect is here. Number 66, with coming up as a healing card. This card is really about like taking your healing seriously. And in order to really start embracing more of that change and like really going through the resistant part, they're asking you to take your healing practices very seriously, and to develop new healing practices. Actually, there's something about that. There's something about that. I want to get, let me see. There's something about that because they're saying like, similar to other messages that were earlier, it was like the energy source in your energy core, your spiritual core needs to be strengthened. And they need to be doing that through, like you need to do that through healing practices. There's something about that around like your aura absorbing a lot. So you have to do a lot of like healing and even protection in that sense. They're asking you to like do this in a way, because it's different than how it showed up in different readings. This one is more about like actually going and getting work done. So rather getting Reiki done, body work done, it can be acupuncture, it can be, I mean, it could be anything. Therapy, counseling, whatever it is, they're like saying work through these things. You're in a 7 personal month, so this is the perfect time to work through things through your healing aspect. This is the perfect time to do it, actually. It's very interesting because I just feel like the resistance to change has a lot to do with some of the extra energy in your aura. Who the fuck is in your aura? Yeah, we need to clear that. We need to. If you want a personal session, go ahead and book a session with me. Let me know. But it does feel like this is more on the process. Like, this month is important for you to actually process things, and it's actually really important to clear your energy through. And I say energy, I'm like, get some work done, take your healing to the next level, and actually work through it. Which also leads me to this whole like 13, which is the effort card, because this one is calling for you. This card, when this card comes out, is literally saying like, there's no quick fix solutions for what you have to do. Don't go towards it, quick fix solutions. Actually put in the effort and work that is necessary for you to meet the universe halfway, to bring in the things that you're needing. You're in a whole different energy, you know? So now they're asking you to show up for yourself the way you would if you knew you didn't have tomorrow to do it. That, I mean, like, if you knew you only had a certain amount of time, they're like, show up for yourself as if this is your, like, you have to be determined to this. What is the saying? They were saying something. This like, I can't think of it right now. Oh man, it's okay. It's okay. Just know that the effort needs to be made. And this is like a perfect time for you to show up for yourself in that sense. You may not, like, don't get too caught up in self-pity or the negative mindsets of like, oh, woe is me, or you know, this sucks for me, or anything like that. It's just like, no, they're like, hey, come on, pick yourself up. We got things to do. 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 So don't think too much into like self-pity or being really lazy about things. This is not the time to be lazy. This is the time for you to move in a direction of your personal growth. Okay? Personal growth. That's what that is. All right, so I got another message for you. It's the number in the unshakable piece deck. It's number 18. Excuse me. Your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? I mean, if I, like, it's literally what I just said. Pretty much. But this is about intention. It's about living with more purpose. If you knew you didn't have time, which we really don't know when our time is up, but like, we need to live with more purpose, be more intentional. The whole point is expansion. Is this going to expand your mind, your body, your soul? Is this going to, you know, are the decisions that you're making every single day going to help you grow into the next person the next day? A better person the next day. Okay? So I am going to leave that message with you. Let this month be a month that is going to spark a whole new you by the end of the month. Because they're like, and they're wanting you to get in the you know, the spiritual strength that comes with this right now, the spiritual strength, energetic strength. You need to prepare for the energy to start moving again, because this is a time where you actually need to go inward, and it's going to be fine. Let this month be a time where you give yourself that permission to expand. Okay, you give yourself that permission to expand. So if you are interested in joining the free psychic realignment challenge, we will be starting on June 4th. The link will be in the description box. Also, if you want to join Dream Warrior Coaching, that will be in the description box as well too. And if you are wanting to get a reading with me personally, that is available as well too. So other than that, I hope these resonate with you. If you like it, if you like the messages, they resonate with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with people. And then if you're sticking with me for more messages, stick with me. If not, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. All right, so let's move on to personal year number 2s. Personal year number 2s. What's going on? 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 Okay, so my personal year number 2s. Hi, how are you doing? How's life? How's it treating you? You are in a personal month number 8 for June. So let's talk a little bit about this 8-month energy. The 8 is about abundance. It's about manifestations, about prosperity. It's the number of karma. It's the number of, infinite opportunities. I'm saying this because it's infinite opportunities to do multiple things, whether it's positive or negative. And it's a number of karma, so what goes around comes around, and what you put in is what you get out. So, and it's a number where you can really take a full-fledged CEO energy of independent wisdom, whatever, all of those in one. So like there's a lot that happens during that 8-month, especially in the career in that sense. So just let's talk about what's going to be taking place and see what's happening. I do feel like in relation to the 6 energy, it can be very active and very activating. So let's see what happens with any personal messages for you for the personal year number 2s in June. Okay, and there's 2 cards. Oh, 3. Oh, sheesh. Oh, God. Okay. Wouldn't usually take those, but we will. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So, let's see. One last card here. 2. Ba, 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 ba. All right. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. Here's your first card. You got the first card. You got number 26, which is love partnership. Love partnership. 26. Your personal year 2 and universal month 6. Interesting. Love sometimes do be showing up in the 8 months, though. I will say that. Or there's something coming on at the moment. Number 10, karmic completion. That was the second card. Second card. Wow. Then we have number 66, which is healing. Healing, which is interesting because that just came out in the same position as the last reading. Last card is number 74, which is nature. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's see what's happening. So for the 26, number 26, the love partnership card. So whether you are experiencing a connection with someone, a relationship has, fostered or blossomed or something of that sort, that could be already happened and it's starting to show up again during this month, or that is starting to show up this month. Okay. Now, here's the thing. In this position, it's in the forefront. It's in the forefront. Love is in the forefront. But this card is calling for you to really focus on, like, within your partnership, to focus on what you would like to receive a lot more. Okay. It's important that you pay attention to this, because what you would like to receive, because this is a 6 month, which relationships are there universally. You're in an 8 personal month. So like, again, what you put in is what you get out, but also what you manifest is really more so about where your mindset is and frequency is when you meet these people. Because I used to really dislike when I still do sometimes, when people say you attract what you are, and it's like, no, you're not that what you attract. It's more so like what your energy and frequency is like the frequency that you attract, or that you vibe with at that time. The people on those frequencies and energies are not necessarily, it's not about being good or a bad person. It's more so about like where you are and what lessons you have to learn during this time. So with that being said, I do feel that this new connection, you may meet someone very special, or someone's coming into your life. So be mindful of that. Just know it is really more so about the frequency that you're operating at. And when you know that that's your frequency, you can check it. You can check it actually, because I will be talking about it in my Psychic Realignment Challenge that's happening on June 4th this week. So click the link in the description box, okay, and join. But like, you can check your frequency. You can see where you are, and it really, when how this shows up in your relationships is more so about what you believe you deserve and what you believe. Okay. You don't want to bypass some of your emotions and what's going on, but I feel like even if it's not someone new, you may be deepening your relationship with someone right now, and so there could be some things that show up for you during this time. But just pay attention to how you're believing you receive and what you receive. Okay. Let's see. I do feel like with that also there's like a need for you to know that love exists and that you can attract it, by the way, for those of you who have not met somebody yet. Then the second card that came out was number 10, which is the karmic completion card. Now in this case, like, I do feel like, again, and I mentioned in the collective energy in the forecast with the calendar, we can be self-sabotaging this month. There's an energy of self-sabotage happening. It happens very frequently with the 6 energy. And so when we make these connections, when you come across somebody, you can literally see some like red flags or personal characteristic flaws. You know what I mean? So it is, hi Lauren, you made it. Yay. Yay. I'm actually almost done, but yeah. But yeah, so there's like characteristic flaws versus like red flags, and then there's just, needing to kind of weed through them. And a lot of our karma is that we self-sabotage. A lot of the karma is that, we prematurely end things when they shouldn't be ended because there's something to learn from it. Not all the time, but sometimes we do. With the karmic completion card, I feel like you're having an opportunity to complete a karmic cycle in regards to your connections and relationships. Because what is happening is like this 66 card is coming up, and you're going to notice, here's the thing, you're going to notice that there's a shift in how your relationship is going to bring up some of the stuff you need to heal from. And when the healing card comes up, this card is really talking, because it's 66, ironically, during a universal 6 month. Ironically, that's where it's like you are in a space where you're going to need to be very serious about your healing. So that means go and actively partake in healing work. Get body work done. Get Reiki done. Get acupuncture done. Get kinesiology done. Like, go something, okay? Like, get a reading from me. But then like it's like actively, because you don't want to block the karmic completion cycle, like, or the cycle of completion. Because that card coming up after the love partnership shows that the relationship may actually bring up some karmic things that you're realizing you're going to have to heal from. But just because you have to heal does not mean you have to cut relationships off. I feel like a lot of people are misconstruing that. Like, I need to go on my own and heal. And it's like, we actually heal a lot more in connection with each other, because we are showing a mirror to one another what's actually happening with us. So there's that. But in that case, like, for real, the healing aspect is going to give you more insight on what it is that you need to work on. But they're asking you to take your healing seriously this month, because you're going to notice what shifts in your manifestation abilities as well. The nature card coming out is so important, and it's coming out at the end because it's like you're really going to be needed to connect with nature in that sense. And I thought that was interesting how it showed up, because this really was about like relationships and connections, healing, and then nature. And it's like, you're really going to want to go back into nature. You're going to want to go and be more in yourself and connect with yourself in that sense. So, if you are spending a lot of time with computers, technology, you need to like step away from it. Remember, because like the 8 energy of the month that you're in right now is is very potent in manifesting. So you got to be mindful of what you're taking in, which is why the healing is important and the nature is important. But if you're around all of that stuff, take your time out, go outside in nature, walk your dog, whatever. Like, just be in that space, okay? Because that's what it feels like you need to be paying attention to towards the end of this month, or the second half of this month is really about like you focusing on your well-being overall, your spiritual well-being, your ability to heal and shift, because there will be some karmic things that may show up that's calling attention to you to heal. It's an opportunity to heal, okay? And nature would definitely help you in that sense. So, but have fun with it. Go outside, have a picnic, do whatever, just be out there and just be great in that energy. It's telling you it will shift your frequency significantly. So yeah, with that being like the message for you for June, I do feel like I have another one for you, but I do feel like there's gonna be some things that are again showing up. So don't be too quick to be resistant to the karmic completion of these changes. All right, so the last card in the Unshakable Inner Peace deck was the number 15. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? What a card. What a card. So as you can see, there's like your higher self is up here and you got you down here. And it's just like, no matter what it is that you're actually going through, they're calling for you to follow your gut and follow your intuition, follow your higher self. I promise you, if you just communicate with it, like, it is going to lead you down the right path, okay? They're just telling you whatever it is that's showing up. I do feel like it's not the easiest thing to kind of work through karmically, because karmic stuff is never really easy to go through. But they're saying like you're gonna make it through. You can make it through, and your higher self is guiding you. So you need to sign up for the Psychic Realignment Challenge, because at this point it's really just telling you to follow your intuition, not bypass it. We got to connect with that. So if you want a realignment and really know how to tap into that, that would be something that you can do. We start June 4th. So, other than that, I hope you relate to this message. Let me know if you do or not. If you do, go ahead and like and subscribe and share with your people. Join the Psychic Realignment Challenge. I'll link it in the description box below. And then Dream Warrior Coaching, I'll link that in the description box below. Also, if you're sticking with me for the last group of messages, then I will be seeing you in this message. If not, then thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. So, all right. So, we are moving on to personal year number 3. Yay! Personal year number 3s. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right. So, personal year number 3s. If you are personal year number 3, thank you for sticking around. You are in a personal month number 9 during the universal 6 month. Let's talk about it. So the 9 energy, this is the end of your monthly cycles, okay? 9 is completion, forgiveness, ambition, responsibility, idealism. It is a number that is really about like looking at things in the bigger scheme, like looking at things from eagle eye perspective, bird eye perspective. Things are very large with the 9, but it's also about really clearing out old cycles and old beliefs and cleaning that stuff out and just like ending it, because when one door closes, another one opens. So in order to prepare for your next month, which would be the 1 month for you, this would be a month that determines what it is that you need to be working on moving forward, whether you're still cleaning out stuff or you just do the work now. You know what I mean? So, I do want to point out that there is this correlation. You got your personal year number 3. It is the universal year number 9. It is a personal month number 9 and a universal month number 6. 3, 6, 9. All mental sphere numbers. All numbers that are very in connection. I mean, we can talk about the numerology behind all of that, but it's like 3, 6, and 9 are very important and high energy field numbers. So let's just, yeah, I just wanted to point that out for a sec. There's a connection there. All right, so let's look and get some messages for you for my personal year number 3s. Personal year number 3. Dang, this one card has been coming out the last like 4 readings. Gosh. This card came out a lot. That card has come out twice. And let's see. What's happening? What's happening? I know that ain't the words, but I'm saying it. All right. Well, and boom. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. So let's talk about it. The first card that came out for you was number 66, which was healing. Healing, 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 healing. Next card that came out was the number 5. 5, which is change. Change. Next card that came out was number 27, which is spiritual partnership. Spiritual partnership. The last card that came out was 55, which was adventure. Ah, man, let's talk about it. So, I like this, to be honest, just because, I mean, it's cool. The 66 card, this card is like healing. So, I don't know what you've been doing, but currently, right now, they're really calling attention to your healing. So, this is important because this card, when this card comes out, it's like, I mean, you got, I'm going to point this out. You got 66 in the beginning, 55 at the end. Just saying. 66 in the beginning, 55 at the end. Master numbers, by the way. Now, the healing card is really calling for you to do more actual, like, effort of healing. That means you could be doing Reiki, acupuncture, going to yoga, doing body work, doing, like, actual things to help people. And this is all stuff that other people can help you do. So seeing a practitioner, doing something in this sense, especially in the beginning of this month, is really going to help you align yourself to the next phase of the month. And you're somebody else who probably wants to sign up for the Psychic Realignment Challenge, because we're going to be talking about alignment, and this is a part of the healing process. But the healing card is really calling for you to really make some big moves on your healing journey. With you being in a 9 personal month, the healing card coming out in the beginning of a 9 personal month means that there's some work that there's energy that needs to be moved and like scraped through. That's what I'm seeing, is like scraping through energy, not only to get stuff out, but also to move the energy so that your light can shine brighter. That's what I'm getting. It's like your light needs to shine brighter. And with help of practitioners and help of different people in the spiritual community can really support you in that journey. So whether you're doing Chinese medicine, you're going to herbalist, or I mean anything, honestly, it can be whatever you feel called to doing. That's what needs to be done. Okay. But there needs to be something done, especially I would take into consideration exactly knowing what can be helpful energetically. I mean, even if you got a reading, get a reading done, personal reading with me, like, we can talk about that stuff. But yeah, the healing card is really important. The change card coming up, number 5, being the next one, I just feel like there's going to be change. It has to be also because the 9 requires it. The 9 requires you to change in order to move and close old doors to open new ones. But there could be resistance to it. So I would say, like, in this sense, because you're in a personal year number 3, which is a very social energy, and it's also really helpful for other people to be in your field, but not too many people. Not too many people. I'm like, I don't know, they're highlighting it like not too many people, okay? Because You're just highly impacted by your energy, the energies around you. So with that being said, we need to really buckle down on some of the spiritual partnerships that are taking place. I do feel spiritual partnerships not only talks about your soul connections, but it's like really spiritual partnerships, as in like maybe you're a practitioner partnering with someone else. Maybe you are, focusing on doing some good work and want to make some change, but you need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other people out here to help you. You just got to kind of really, really be in that space of like connecting, and it's like you have to be more aware of the relationships and the connections that are forging around you. But the only way that you can really be clear on these connections is if you do the healing work prior to you meeting those people, because you need to clean out some of that gunk in your energy. I do feel that. There could be a mentor. There could be, you could become a mentor of some sort, a teacher of some sort, but it's just something like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I also think that's kind of vice versa too. Like if you're someone who's very like a master of some sort, you're always a student. You know what I mean? So even if you're ready energetically, that's what they're saying. They want you to energetically get yourself ready so that those connections are being forged for you and they start to like show up. This is exciting though, because it's like you're going to be gaining wisdom from whatever connection this is, and it's going to bring about more adventure in your life, meaning that they also want you to look at life as an adventure. Look at these doors and things that are changing, the doors closing, doors opening, things that are changing as an adventure. Change up your routine. Try something different. See, it's like, it's really actually pretty cool, to be honest. It may not be the easiest thing, but but it's definitely pretty cool. My biggest thing for you this month though is really just clearing out some of the gunky energy of some people in your life, so that you can see clearly what the universe wants you to do as far as like working with others. It does feel like doors will be closing on certain people, and then it will feel like that you are kind of open a new door to a new adventure, pretty much. That's what that feels like. Okay. Let's see. How do I feel about that? I kind of want to get something else. Let's see. Is there any other additional messages on that one? About the spiritual partnership and adventure. Let's see. One thing. Yeah, see, this is every time I ask for a clarify, and I've only done it for two different reasons. But when I ask for clarification on things, the same card comes out, and it's about shielding. And if y'all listen to what I said earlier, there's something about like really strengthening your spiritual core so that you're not being influenced or wavered. Like there's this need to like shield and clear out the gunk that is going on energetically, because like the psychic energy around this there's a lot of people who are going to be probably projecting. That's what it feels like. Ouch. Projecting. So I would definitely say take your healing serious in the beginning of this month, because you want to strengthen your core. You want to strengthen your spiritual core, your energy core, and your auric field, so that nothing can puncture it, nothing can go in and like, yeah, but there's a lot of people who can help with this, okay? It's just, you gotta work through it. That's what I feel, because I was like, there's something about that. And then the last card that you got was number 38. It says, the collective field is impacting you. Unseen forces in action. How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? Wow. I mean, like, this is what we were talking about. I'm like, clear out the gunk. yeah, clear out the gunk, because we need to talk, like, sign up for the Psychic Realignment Challenge, because we're just going to be talking about this stuff. We're going to be talking about what it's feeling like in our bodies, you know, what this feels like in our bodies in a sense, you know, so, and just realigning from there. So yeah, I think that's a good message to leave on. I do feel that you have potential for like really cool opportunities coming up this month. I also just kind of feel that you need to take your healing very seriously during this time and allow yourself to experience this newness that's coming through, because yeah, like there's going to be some great things happening. It's just I want you to feel fully in this, so that you're not just kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It could be very energetically like draining when you got so many negative energies, or energies that don't belong in your field. Okay, so yeah, clear that out. Clear that shit out. All right, cool. So if you resonate with this message, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your people. Sign up for the Psychic Realignment Challenge. It's happening on June 4th. It's going to be linked in the description box below. I don't believe it's there now, but I will put it in there when it ends. And then, Dream Warrior Coaching, sign up for that if you want to join that. And then also, yeah, readings are open. If you vibe with me, get a reading. If not, that's fine too. Otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for being here and sticking with me to the very end of this video, because you're a real one and you about that life. I really appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comments how things are happening for you, how things are showing up for you. And yeah, if whatever type of videos you want to see, let me know. Other than that, thank you so much. I really hope you have a wonderful June. Let summer come through and allow this 6th universal month to really bring in many blessings for you, okay? So with that, I love y'all with much peace, love, and happiness. I will see y'all in the next video.